everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to do something really special today, and I want to take a little bit of time to explain it. I'm going to do a daily tea, but it's going to be more of a longer duration. It's not just the day. I want to honor the graduates of the class of 2020. And that may be, high school or college graduates. I reached out to some families to ask if they had some graduates that they would like to be honored in my videos to, and I'm gonna take some time at the end of the video to shout them out. But as I was thinking about this, I did a little bit of research, and in my research, I came up with some things, and I had a kind of like an overall thought of having certainty in uncertain times, and the phrase that just kind of popped out at me was "it's go time," and if this wasn't the right time for that, I don't know when it would be. Not just for those that are ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle, but for all of us. We're all trying to figure something out with this new way of being. And so with this daily tea, what I want to ask our guides is, in the next, I don't like to put a time frame on things, but just because we are in time, it is a good thing to kind of encapsulate a time frame. So I do daily teas, but I want to extend that to just ask in the next cycle, in the next 3 months, 6 months, a year even, what should we be looking out for? So that we can have a little bit more certainty in this, in these uncertain times, and how this go time, this action-oriented state should be employed. What do we need to do? So that's kind of like a tall order, because it's one big thing that I'm asking. What do we need to look out for, and how do we need to prepare? So I'm going to use a Celtic cross, and I'm going to use the energy oracle cards just to kind of get an idea of what's surrounding us, overarching. This can be for anyone, but I'm focusing my energies on those who are emerging, who are going into the next phase of their life, the graduates of 2020. This is a quite precarious time to be in. And as I was doing my research, those high school students who are graduating this year, they were born in 2002. And how fortuitous is that? The number sequence, it's 4, and where we are now, we're in 4-4. So I take that as a very, very strong indication that you all are powerful beings, and you are our future. And just like the millennials, I believe that Generation Z and the generations coming after are those that are going to usher in this new world that we're living in, this new paradigm shift. And I am so supportive. I am looking forward to working with the young people, and y'all have my heart. You do. I love you so much, and I want to be a great light and a trailblazer. I am a light worker and a way shower. So I am and have incurred a lot of trials and tribulations just so that I can be that for you. So I'll put out the 10 card spread. I'll put out the oracle cards, and I'll put out an Amenti oracle to see what my aunt has to say to you. Some sort of advice, some sort of guidance. And I'll also see what the flowers have to say to you. So let's get into it. Stay tuned, to the end, because I'm gonna read some names. These families, they've gone through a very, very tumultuous time these past couple of months. Making the shift. It's crazy because the entire United States had to homeschool their children. That's a challenge that my family and I took on gladly several years ago, almost 20 years ago now, and we loved it. It was great. My children, they really appreciate that time. We didn't have a whole lot, but it made us the people that is ready for this right here and now. So it's go time. Let's get into it. Okay. So let's call in our team. Angels. They already have a message for you. I'm not gonna take it, but let's see what it is. 2 cards. Okay, three of Wands and the Knave of Pentacles. Okay, that's a student that's looking for their ships to come in. All right, okay, let's call it in. Love team, angels, spirit guides, galactics, our higher selves, ancient ones, way showers, light workers, energy healers. I call on your energy. Come with us. Give us a message. Oh, okay. Main energy out is the 7 of Swords. This card is tricky. This main energy, you want to be careful, because this can be taken 2 ways. See, to me, this is showing where we are, the paradigm shift that we have been used to, and where we're going is going away from this. And in a sense, you have to take what you have known, you have to take it and use it as a tool to get to where you're going. But as a skillful master knows, you don't hold on to techniques that are no longer serving you. You learn how to move in energy without a technique. Bruce Lee said that. Bruce Lee said that the goal is to have no technique. And the 7 of Swords, it's about manipulation. It's about doing things in stealth. And see, my thing is, I feel like you have to do things in stealth. You can't always tell people what you're doing. You can't always tell people what you're thinking, because they might take your message, might take your ideas and use them for their own good and leave you, stranded, leave you out in the cold. And I had a funny thing that happened on Mother's Day. I had gotten a text message from a dear loved one who was very, very upset to find that somebody had stolen my idea. And I've known about this for a long time, but I didn't say anything about it. And so I think I was more consoling to them, because I see myself as abundant. You should too. See yourself as being abundant. Do what you have to do to make the way for the next person, okay? And don't let small things bother you. That's what I'm talking about. The sun. The sun is in the cross. This is what I'm talking about. See, people will come and they will try and steal from you. And that could be your family. I mean, even your parents. See, we're living in a time right here and now where things are so unsure. And people that are at least my age and older, and even younger than me, if you're in your 20s, if you've been out of school for a long time and you've established yourself or, have gotten your footing. You have learned to do things in a certain way, and that way is passing. And a lot of people want to hold on to that. But see, you new people, you children who are emerging, you young adults, I say that you're not children, you're young adults. You have learned the technology, and it's become part of your DNA. And you're going to be the way showers. You're going to be the ones who can catch it just like that. And those who want to hold on to the way that things are, they're going to try and steal your gifts. And you have to be careful of that, because they'll deplete you. And if you don't have the energy to run on, you'll be, kind of stuck with them passing away. But we need you. We need your energy. We need your attention. We need your gifts to be employed in the way that you know that they should be employed. You have a gift. And if you don't give that gift, then it's like a baby that's not able to be born, or not able to grow and prosper. And look, you see the baby on the white horse? This is the most abundant card. This is telling me that you will overcome. You're going to overcome this. So, okay. Yeah. I just got chills, because this is ringing true. This is ringing true. Now, death has come in. See what I'm saying? The old is passing away, but that doesn't mean sadness all the time. Of course, it's not easy to let things go. It's not easy to accept the fact that there's a new way of doing things that's coming on the horizon. Because that means that you might have to sleep a little bit less. You might have to work a little bit harder. You might have to think up some new things, or you might have to just take a break. You might have to tell people no. You might have to say things that they aren't used to saying, and you might be the one that's in authority, So let's see what's in the past, because that's influencing this. Yeah. Five of Wands. Wands are fire, passion. Imagine your aura. Passion it comes from deep within. It's your spirit, it's your soul, it's that invisible thing that people can't see. What automates you, what makes you move, what makes you excited, what makes you happy, what makes you, just spurs you on, right? And this Five of Wands talks about competition. It talks about fight. I call it the spar card. Really, really getting down to the nitty-gritty of things and challenging yourself. Being able to go to other people. Well, you are. This is like your close people, your circle, your family, your friends, your teachers, and saying hard things. Saying things like, no, I don't think I want to go to college. Or, yeah, I think I am going to go to college, and I'm going to move away, 5 states over. And you might not like it, but this is the best thing for me. Right? This is the energy that has come in, that has already come in, that's influencing this, that's causing this, this thing to pass away. This, people are scrambling, trying to figure out how to, steal back a little bit more energy, a little bit more time, Yeah. Okay, so let's see what's in the awareness. Let's see what's in the forefront of your mind in this. We're wanting to know not only where we stand. You know, we don't just want to know what's right here in front of us. We want to know what has happened, what we don't see, what we do see, and what's coming, so that we can know how to plan. You know, if we know these things, we're being a master strategist. And this card is, it talks about strategy. This is a strategy card. You know, I like to watch bank heist movies and, you know, just movies like that, because they're mental games. You know, you have to see many different things all at once. You have to kind of know the way that people think, the way people move. It's almost a seventh sense when you're able to check out somebody's body language and hear the tone of their voice and know what they're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about getting out of here. This is the Six of Swords. You're moving away from any kind of drama, anything that's gonna hold you back. The seven of swords, that's something that, I mean, it's an energy that makes you feel uncomfortable, because that's a winning at all cost. That's I am the only one. I don't care about you. And I hate to say it, but that's kind of the way that America is going right now. You know, Americans are wanting to, you know, get back to work. This is the work card. Eight of Pentacles. Working alone, working to perfect your craft. And Americans are, you know, it's been a while now that we've been in lockdown, and a lot of states are opening up, even though the numbers are still climbing. And, you know, some of you are thinking, this is ridiculous. You know, I think I want to go somewhere else. I think I want to, you know, look at things from my own perspective and work on my own craft. And, you know, there's some wisdom in doing that. There's some wisdom in holding your own counsel, you know, knowing what is good for you. And if you've been a good student, if you have been a student of life, you've had the opportunities to get in touch with your soul, know at least what you like, what you don't like. And that data that you collected is important. It's very, very important to know not just what you like. It's very important to know what you don't like, because your body will tell you. This avatar that we're in is very intelligent, and we tend to ignore the fact that if you don't feel good, there's an indication that there's something that needs to change. And so if you've been a good student, you've had some experience where you're like, I don't think I want to do this much anymore. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. This is the energy that you're sitting in. You're utilizing your resources. You're thinking about all the factors. You're thinking about everything, not just the here and now, but the how can I feed everyone? And the generation that you are from, y'all are thinking about more than just yourselves. You're wanting to know how you all are going to survive, how your parents are going to survive, how your, you know, your whole class, how are y'all going to survive? And my daughter, she has some very conscious aware friends, not a lot, but her best friend. We were talking a couple months ago about what their plans are for the future, and I asked, well, why did you decide that you want to go this route? And she said, well, I was just thinking about how I can use the gifts that I have to give to the world. And the best way to do it is this way. And though she has had, a rigorous high school schedule, and she's looking forward to 16 more years of rigorous study to put her gifts out there into the world so that she herself, this soul that she is, can use the body vehicle that she has, the brain, the heart, the legs, the lungs, all of that, to serve humanity. And that's the energy that y'all are on. And it's coming to my mind again, just to reiterate, it's go time. It is really time to put those thoughts, resources, emotions, and passion into action. Whether that be to do what I'm doing and put out videos on YouTube, teaching, changing the culture. I started this like 5 years ago. I didn't start making videos 5 years ago, but I started my practice 5 years ago, and I had a mission to recondition the culture. It was that simple. I had an idea and I started using words to do that. I started saying positive vibes, good energy, good vibes only, love, things like that really stuck. And people didn't know what I was doing. And now you hear it everywhere. I mean, some people are probably sick of hearing it, but that's not my matter. My matter is to get it out there, because there's a magic that takes place in the transmission of sound and words. And every word that we have in existence, it has an energy signature to it. So who knows what your purpose is, but you do. You know it, and you're still so close to the source. You're still so young. Go back to those times when you were very, very close to the source as a child. And no matter if you had a traumatic childhood, you did have that, you had something, and you probably still know it now. Tap into it. Get in touch with your spirit. Get in touch with your purpose so that you can walk in that. And I promise you, it probably won't feel very comfortable if you aren't used to doing it, but take this time of, solitude, being away from the crowds of people. Take this time to really appreciate the fact that you are an individual. You're a facet of this great and wonderful source. And let me keep going, because I'm on a rant. All right, so in your environment, the rant was right. You have 6 of Wands. People see you as victorious. People see you as coming in and having that victory. And if this isn't you, if this isn't you, and this is your someone in your environment that wants to showboat, wants to have the preeminence, just know that they're there. Just know that their design is to steal, kill, and destroy your dreams. But as long as you know that that's what the battlefield looks like, then strategize around it. Use your mind. You have an advantage. You do. You have a lot of resources on your side. Okay, so that's the 6 of Wands. And what you're not wanting is the 8 of Swords, which is a feeling of being tied down, a feeling of being afraid and alone and not able to hold your own. But this This isn't real. This is really just you. This is you putting yourself in there. And let me look at this card. This one is a little bit different from my Starman deck. The Starman deck, it has a woman in a casket, really. It's probably a sarcophagus. And there's a miniature of her in the same state that's like laying on her, a smaller one. And when I see that card, I always think you're sleeping on yourself. Here, this is almost like this is somebody that has taken themselves out, put themselves on a tree, and said, I'm not moving from here because everything out there is scary. Nobody can get in, nobody can get out. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I just, no. But see, when you put yourself in this kind of situation, you don't see how abundant you are, and you hoodwink yourself. You pull the wool over your eyes, and in a very, very real sense, you don't see your own potential. And you taking yourself out of the game, you're taking yourself out of the game for me, and I need you. I need your energy. I need your love. I need your compassion. I need all of your goodness. I need you to show up, So you can release yourself from this. This is your fear. This is your fear. But don't fear. Don't fear. Because you're the sun child. You are the star seed. You are the hope, You're the hope for humanity. So let's see what the outcome is. See, look what's on the bottom real quick. This is the wheel of fate, wheel of fortune. When this shows up, it's turning in your favor. Okay, yeah. This is good. This is good because this is showing us the challenges and the potential. This could be all bad. This could be, look, swords. There's swords here. You have the 6 of swords, the 7 of swords, the 8 of swords. See that synchronicity? The swords talk about thoughts and communication. Your generation is the master of that. And let me just mention this. We're coming up on the Venus retrograde in Gemini coming up, right? What is today? Today. It's today. And you were born in 2002, perhaps, and I'm talking to the graduates now. If you were born in 2002, 2012 was the last time that we had this kind of a retrograde. And you might not be old enough to have had some sort of experience that you can remember, but the retrograde is kind of like revisiting old things, and you have the opportunity to do something about it. However, because of where you are in your life, it's almost like pay attention to this time right now, because what you're going to do right now is going to affect you for a long time. It is going to affect you for a long time. So make sure that the plans that you make, the things that you decide to do in your life, have a very, very significant, it'll have a significant effect on you. So strategize. Make sure that you're going into the war room and you plan. Make sure that you are on the up and up and that you're ready for everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, this is the Hermit card. The Hermit takes that journey to learn. See, here's the thing. Okay, so just going back to me, right? I started this thing like 5 years ago. This thing, it's a practice, blueprint healing. And it's what I said to myself was, I'm going to put myself through a PhD program. And that's what I've been doing. And in a sense, right here and right now, what I am doing is my dissertation by making these videos, by writing the books that I'm writing, by doing the experiments that I've been doing, coming up with products that I've been coming up with. They're all part of it. And I've had to go through this hermit phase. And I've told maybe 5 people in just the past couple of days about the transit of the butterfly. You know, we see the butterfly as this beautiful, majestic creature, and we forget about all of the phases that it's gone through, you know, before it actually emerges and becomes a butterfly. It emerges from this metamorphic state called a chrysalis. And in that, they're encased in this beautiful, beautiful surrounding that's a protective layer. And on the inside, what's happening is this horrific, just crazy meltdown. I mean, it's like you don't want to be in there. It's horrible because the caterpillar that it was becomes this goop. Not very romantic, not very beautiful. I mean, it's just slime. It's like snot, right? Who wants to be ooze? I mean, I don't. But you have to. You have to be that. And in that, what you don't hear a whole lot is that there's solitude and there's protection. And in that time, you have to be alone. You can't have your friends invited in because they can't go through that with you. If they try, they'll mess things up and you won't survive that, you know? And so you might have to put up your guard and let people know that you are going through a metamorphosis. You're taking in, you're learning, you're going on your sabbatical, you're soul searching, you're making your time now perfect for what's to come, right? Because every step leads you closer to the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. It's always, you know, you can create heaven or hell with where you are right now. You know, it's not like a destination way, way out there. It's right now. And what you do right now will help you in the future. Okay. So that's the Hermit. All right. That's one card that came out, but also the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a celebration. It's you and your friends, you and your family, your people getting together and celebrating, right? This also can be the here and now, and it could be in the future. So it's crazy that these 2 came out together, right? Because it's almost like this is saying one thing and this is saying another thing. But I feel like if you put it this way, you're making your way so that everyone has this victory, you know, and you are the catalyst. You're the one. You're the one. Yes. And you have to remind yourself that you are the one. You are the one. Okay, so I know this is getting long. I've been uploading slowly to YouTube. I'm transitioning, and I got a notification on one of my videos from someone that they wish that my videos were longer. And I was like, okay, I'll take that into consideration. But I do, you know, this is a phase. This is a part of things. This is a phase that this is all new to me. You know, I've only been doing this for a month. These videos, so there's a process, there's a learning curve and things like that. So I appreciate everyone who's watching. I appreciate everyone. The people that have shared my videos, that's beautiful. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that people want me to, do this, but I benefit from it, so I get it. I do, and I don't mean to diminish my work. I don't mean to, be falsely modest, but it is something. It's coming from 0 to 10 in a very real sense. And what if 100 is the goal? And it is. It's a. I am going on and on and on. I'm going to cut it right there. Okay. So you have the Magician in the mirror. See what I'm saying? You are the one. You're the one. If you are watching this video, you are the one. You're the one who has the fire, right? You are the one who has the ideas, the power. Look, let me put my glasses on so I can see all this magic. The magician has access to everything. It's really the person who can manifest from nothing. And if you have not tapped into that yet, it's not that you're not manifesting. It's just that you hadn't recognized the fact that you are a manifester. And once you tap into that knowingness, once you take that leap, it's right there. You're right there. It's really just a matter of knowing, Okay, so let's see what he has in his hands. Crystals, fire, a portal. He's ephemeral. He has an infinity sign over his head. He has the, wow, he almost looks like me. This is dope. Look at him. This is that Hermit. See, when you come into this, when you come into your power, you'll kind of reject a lot of things. Almost like I have a client who is who's a liver transplant recipient. She just had her liver transplant back in December. And one of the fears was that she would reject the liver. Thankfully, she has not, and she's doing very well, very, very well. So think about that. Her body could have rejected that liver. And so when you go through this transition, this death, you're going through this transition, there are a lot of things that you will reject, a lot of things that you will not accept, in your life. And that could be people, it could be the things that you were used to, it could be the shows that you watch, the music that you listen to, the activities that you were used to engaging in, like before the quarantine. You might be like, well, I don't even like doing that anymore, right? My daughter introduced me to a Netflix series. It's crazy. What is it called? Midnight Gospel? Look it up. Be ready to just be like, WTF? But it's really, really deep. So some things you may reject that you were, gung-ho about before, you're going to start coming online to new things, new ways of thinking, and all the stuff that was, normal to you before, it'll be like, that's death to me. Be on the watch for that, because when you manifest, when you start truly coming into your power, you're going to be above and beyond your own self. Okay? It's not a competition with other people. It's the competition between the yesterday self that you were. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do this one first. This is what I'm talking about. This is the Heyoka. This right here, this card, I invoke laughter. This is talking about taking that leap of faith, looking at everything in this sense of laughter, wonder, curiosity, being a child again, saying, everything's funny. Nothing is as serious as it seems. We make it so because there are people that want to control you. Just like this card here. People want to control you. People want you to feel afraid. People want you to feel like if your resources are taxed, if your energy is taxed, then what's going to happen to you? But that's a scarcity mindset. You have to see yourself as abundant. You have to see that you can manifest. Even if you feel like you don't have enough love and support, you're your love. You're your support. Open that gate wide open to yourself. Don't please people anymore. It's not about that. It's about how you feel. It's about how you're going to show up to you on a regular basis. And that's not to thumb your nose at your parents, at your teachers, at your friends, at the world. It's to embrace, here we go, the all. Embrace everything. Say that it's all good. Everything is for your good, for your highest good, right? Yeah, because it's bigger than yourself. It's bigger than your family. It's bigger than your community. It's bigger than your country. It's bigger than your world. You know, it is. And when you start thinking like that, all possibilities are on the table. So I honor animals with virtue, with reverence. Now, this card, see, I always get kind of like in my feelings about this card because there's a sweetness that people can have when they love animals right. There was a time that I didn't really understand it. You know, I didn't really get it because animals are animals and people are people, right? But no, the same spirit that lives within us lives within them. And they have an intuition that is so far above what we understand as humans because they hadn't been conditioned in the way that we have. I've had time to spend with my grand dogs. I have one in particular, Juno, who was staying with me for a little while, and she taught me how to talk to dogs. Well, no, she didn't. I already knew how to talk to dogs, but she helped me to hone in that skill a little bit. And there's a sacredness in that bond. You know, I don't think that there's a dog that could hate me. They're just curious. And they're just like humans in this world that we live in that are being domesticated and ill-used, misunderstood. So, I mean, I'm not going to be walking up to pit bulls and just, you know, giving them hugs and whatnot. But there's a reverence. There's you know, a healthy fear that you must have. And there's a healthy... Now, how does this relate? You know, how does this relate to your future? This relates to your future in that you have to start thinking beyond the human mind frame. You have to start understanding things in a way that is not in the traditional sense. Okay, so if you study any sort of mystic arts, you'll know that animals have been studied and emulated. The snake, the monkey, the dragon, you know, these beings, they have a lot to teach us. The cats, you know. So look to the animals to find out what you need to do. Think of the spiders, how intelligent they are, you know. I say intelligence because there's so much intelligence that has come out in this. And because of where you are, because of the generation that you are part of, you're weaving a web that you're part of that generation that has, I mean, y'all don't know anything other than the World Wide Web, really. Y'all came into this world with all of that in place. And so I'm from a generation where we were just now getting that kind of a technology, you know. So unity. See, it's all, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all are the ones to unite us. And there's a fear of, you know, a globalization, but we are already there. And you all are the ones that are going to make it beautiful, right? There's a force that is at work that is falling, right? There's this paradigm shift. And with this new age that we're living in, the age of Aquarius, it's about being a humanitarian. And you all are the Jedis, you know? So I really appreciate you. I really do. And I think that you all are the hope for humanity. You all are the answer to the call. And I really appreciate you. So I'm going to take this time now to just give this shout out to these special people who will be virtually graduating this year. My heart goes out to you and your families because you didn't have, you know, the same thing that we did, but that's the point of this reading, right? You will be doing things different. You will have a new way of being. And I applaud you, and I applaud your families because without your families, the support system that you have, and these names that I'm gonna read off, you obviously have some people that love you and that will support you in your dreams. And if you are the family member of one of these graduates or of a graduate or know someone, take on that role of the support, you know, give them the understanding, help them in whatever way that they might need, you know, even if you don't understand it. Okay. All right. So I hope I don't butcher these names, but I want to give a shout out to Cameron Fowler from Greer High, Jamise Bonaparte, not sure which school, Mackenzie Snow, that's my daughter's best friend. Let's see, I think it's Shakobi Hill from Southside, Quan Burton from Wade Hampton High School, that's my alma mater. Whoop, whoop. Cody Jones from Eastside High, Leasia Anderson from JF Burns High, Lamia Sweet from Wade Hampton, go Generals, and my nephew, who is an honorary mention. He's already had his graduation, but he's of the class of 2020 as well. Raja Jihad Loris, thank you for sticking with me and rocking with me. It's been almost an hour that I've made this video, but I hope that this has given you some sort of clarity, some sort of a punch, some sort of a, you know, energetic punch is what I mean, you know, to spark you, to give you that I am ready feeling. I am ready to go. There's a song, Dontel, if you don't know him, look him up. Dontel Kerlock, he's a great artist. He has this song, I'm ready to go. That's it. You know, get in gear, do your thing, make it happen, because you are the one. Yeah, you are the one. You're the sun. All right. Okay. So thank y'all for watching. Namaste. Peace.